Update: meet the first woman in America to have a uterus transplant. Update: the Cleveland Clinic has announced that the first uterus transplant in the U.S. has failed. Lindsay suddenly developed complications, and doctors removed the transplanted organ on Tuesday. There is a known risk in solid organ transplantation that the transplanted organ may have to be removed should a complication arise, the Cleveland Clinic said in an announcement. The medical team took all necessary precautions and measures to ensure the safety of our patient. Lindsay is recovering, and medical research is still ongoing. 10 million women in the U.S. suffer from uterine factor infertility, but now, the very first of those women has received a uterus via transplant. The Cleveland Clinic, whose team of doctors performed the surgery on February 24, introduced Lindsay, last name unknown, today during a press conference, who shared her journey as a precedent for, hopefully, many others. "When I was 16, I was told I'd never have children," said Lindsay, who greeted the room of medical experts and the media in a wheelchair and an ear-to-ear smile. "I prayed for the opportunity to experience pregnancy, and here we are today." Although Lindsay and her husband have 3 beautiful adopted sons, she's extremely excited to expand her family. After thanking all of her doctors and nurses, she acknowledged her donors' loved ones. "They have provided me with a gift that I will never be able to repay, and I am beyond thankful," she said. She then asked that everyone respect her privacy as she recovers. While the surgery used techniques that have long been used in other, more common organ transplants, lead surgeon Andreas Tsakis, MD, said this particular procedure was more complicated, because the uterus lies deep inside the pelvis and it's difficult to access. The whole operation lasted about 9 hours, and now Lindsay is healing at the hospital. The team said she may need to be monitored for about a month before she can go home, as they have to ensure her body doesn't reject the new uterus. She'll be physically ready to become pregnant in about a year, after which the hospital hopes she has 1 to 2 healthy children via C-section, in about a 5-year time frame. Lindsay will need to stay on anti-rejection drugs throughout the process, but because the outcome is unknown, the uterus will probably be removed after her last childbirth. Sign up for Women's Health's new newsletter, So This Happened, to get the day's trending stories and health studies. The surgery had been done successfully before in Sweden, where a woman received a uterus from a living relative. In this case, the Cleveland Clinic transplanted a uterus from a deceased donor of reproductive age. The procedure was a culmination of 10 years of research by Tsakis and his team. "This is an unbelievable event," said Tsakis. "It may not be a life-saving operation, but the hope is that it will bring a new life to this world. Not just for Lindsay and her family, but assuming her pregnancies go well, for the millions of hopeful women across the country.